What a Divine community. Welcome to the Fluffy Records YouTube channel. My name is Brian, that's B-R-I-A-N, and this is Fresh Off the Platter number 8. Yes, Fresh Off the Platter number 8. If you missed the last video, I mentioned how I've picked up a ton of great stuff so far of 2024, and it's only the beginning. It's only January, and still finding some great stuff. And yeah, I have a stack of records to show today. Tons, or not a ton, but a few online orders and a lot of local finds. So if you're new to the channel, I would truly appreciate it if you would subscribe, leave a like or comment. Trying to grow this channel, get to 100 subs. And to those who have been sticking around, thank you so much. As always, I always appreciate it. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, as always, I like to start off with the 10-inch pickups. And this is one that I've seen at my local shop for months now. And it was never, I guess everyone, just when I say everyone, I mean anyone that stops by the shop, either they don't want this because they don't like 10 inches, or maybe they don't like the certain era of music, specifically jazz. Decided to pick this one up. The only 10-inch that I bought, that I have for this video, is Teddy Wilson, Billie Holiday, Teddy Wilson and his orchestra featuring Billie Holiday on Columbia. This is a, I believe my copy is a 1949, they call it repress. Got it for a reasonable price. Have seen, I think there's a copy of this like at Amoeba the last time I went, on their wall, holy moly wall, as some people might call it. But this is one that I have been wanting, and it sounds great. I mean, it's early Columbia, so maybe not gonna be, you know, audiophile expectation, of course, but really happy to have that. Okay, so I want to start off with some, I'm switching it to now online orders. The first one that I have here was a recommended one by none other than Jazz Bums Mike. Shout outs to him, one of the peeps on the Jazz Bums, and this was from their Discord server. So I got Bobby Timmons' Chun King on Prestige. This is a mono, and it sounds really well. I got this for a really good price, so shout outs to him again for dropping the link for this particular copy on Discogs. Really nice cover. The wax is, I'd say VG, but it still plays really well, and it has Van Gelder stamped, so really happy to have this. This is one of those albums that I don't know how long it's gone up in price, but I've noticed it's been going up. But anyways, Bobby Timmons on piano, Ketter Betts on bass, and Al Heath on drums. 1965, so I don't know, this was maybe this was recorded 1964, but the notes say January 1965. So again, shout outs to Jazz Bums Mike for this. This next one I got for a pretty nice, I got a pretty nice deal on this one on eBay, and yeah, I'm glad to keep this one. This is Alice Coltrane, Journey in Satchidananda. I know I butchered that, but anyways, featuring Pharoah Sanders. It's on Impulse, the black and the ABC. I'm not sure what they call this one, but Got this one for a really nice deal. I think I paid $50. And another record that's, I think, going up in price, or has gone up in price, but I believe Acoustic Sounds reissued this in their Acoustic Sound series, but it is a really, really nice sounding record, and probably gonna pass on the reissue. So yeah, I am proud to have this one. The lineup here, actually there's a lot of people on, not a lot, but I'm just gonna show this one, the lineup on video, so you can pause and read it there, or look it up later. But also on the back. Okay, gotta kind of speed this up because I feel like I'm gonna make another hour video on just a stack of records. So next one comes from none other than Dr. and Jazz. The last few records that I've gotten from him were Blue Note titles, and this is yet another one. So this next record that I'm going to show is Blue Note 4027. This is the music from The Connection, Freddie Red Quartet with Jackie McLean, music composed by Freddie Red. This is a repress. I think it originally came out 62, 63, but this is, I think, like a 66 repress. New York address, but has RVG and pretty clean, or rather nice sounding record, even though it, you know, has like light scratches or hairlines, whatever. And yeah, The Connection, a film that I have not seen yet, but I was planning on seeing or buying the film, I think later last year, 2023, but never got the chance to do it. So maybe sometime this year I'll you know, find a time or be able to purchase the movie. But in the meantime, I've been spinning the record, so really nice. Oh yeah, by the way, the lineup. Okay, so Jackie McLean alto sax, Freddie Red on piano, Michael Matos on bass, and Larry Ritchie on drums. Great one. Next one. Recently got this a few days ago, and I was a little scared because I got this on a rainy day here in LA, and lately my mail carrier has been leaving my records by the mailbox and not in my front door. So didn't realize that they left it in the mailbox, and I had seen that it was I had seen later on that it was already there, and the whole media mail was wet, and that had me worried because this record is sort of hard to come by, but not expensive, I would say. But this is on Milestone, and I've been getting into more of this guy's records. This is Carl Berger and Company, Tune In, with Ed Blackwell, Dave Holland, and Carlos Ward or Warrow, not sure. Carl Berger, an awesome jazz vibraphonist, piano player. I think early on of his recordings, he mostly played vibes and some piano, but yeah, this is kind of hard to come by, at least right now at the time of this recording. It's on Milestone. Got this for a pretty good price on eBay, and have been enjoying Carl Berger. And I really dig this record. I mean, this one I had streamed. It's not on Spotify. I'm not sure if it's on Apple Music, but I listened to this on YouTube, and really enjoyed what I heard. And yeah, I am glad that this came, and I'm glad this didn't arrive wet. So yeah, this year trying to collect more Carl Berger. I think this is the first one that I have of his in terms of lead sessions or lead albums, so very stoked. This last mail order, recently got this, I think a few days ago. Another one that I got for a really good price, and surprisingly this one kind of goes up in price, to my surprise. This is on Atlantic, early Atlantic. This is Lee Konitz with Warren Marsh. Really love this record. First listened to this one, I think maybe 2 years ago. When I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get the record of this. And then, I don't know, just fast forward to now, I found a really good copy on eBay. I think this was auctioned and no one placed a bid, so I decided to place a bid last minute, and what do you know, I got this. And a really just nice cover. I mean, in terms of it having no splits or anything, this is nice. Besides the back being kind of dirty, but Lee Konitz on alto sax, Warren Marsh on tenor sax, Sal Mosca on piano, Billy Bauer on guitar, Oscar Pettiford on bass, Kenny Clark on drums, and Ronnie Ball, who replaces Sal Mosca on piano. This is recorded in 1955, so this is a pretty early recording. Can't actually remember when this one was put out, but I'm not sure if there's any reissue of this. There's gotta be one, right? But I've been looking for an OG, or at least an early press. Still haven't cleaned this one, but it is the Deep Groove Atlantic, and yeah, just really happy. Been wanting Lee Konitz and Warren Marsh records, and the fact that they had a record together, just amazing. So if you haven't listened to this is worth listening to. You won't be disappointed. Okay, so now on to the shop records. Got a ton of heat. Starting off with a Record Store Day reissue, or Record Store Day record from 2023. Been wanting this one, and surprisingly it was there. So this is Bill Evans' Tales, live in Copenhagen, 1964. This is on Elemental. Finally, we have a single disc Bill Evans record. Sounds all right for being, you know. I think this was side one is a technically a studio session, even though this is, I think, recorded at like a it says Danish radio, but there was no like audience there. And then side two, the 4 tunes on side two, had a live audience, and I think side one sounds a little bit better than side two, just based off what I heard myself. But really nice, really clean record. $30. And then there's this one last tune on side B, around midnight, that came out, or that was recorded 5 years later, after Bill Evans lined up with Chuck Israels and Larry Bunker. So pretty nice. Really like when they do Bill Evans sing just one disc with Bill Evans, but again, I don't mind the 2-3 LP. Yeah, I haven't had a Bill Evans RSD for a while, so now that I have this one, I've been spinning it lots, and I think it's still pretty affordable to get. And next one, first one of two of Emercy. This is Julian Cannonball Adderley and Strings. This I got for a really, really great deal. A really nice cover on Emercy, and I love early Cannonball Adderley. I'm not really into his later Capitol. Honestly, I haven't really dug into his Capitol records. I sort of stopped when he does his later Riverside, but I really dig his stuff on Emercy. I'm not sure if he has a lot, but I know he has some. And of course, Cannonball Adderley is here with Strings, conducted by Richard Heyman. But yeah, lovely cover and lovely music on here. I love when they did the when these jazz musicians played with strings on Emercy. I know there's one they did for Clifford Brown. That one sounds lovely. This one as well. And next one on Emercy, had seen this one unpriced. Told the shop owner if he could price this, and he did. And for $15, I knew I had to bring this home. This is Sarah Vaughan on Emercy, accompanied by Clifford Brown on trumpet, Paul Quinnichet on tenor, Herbie Mann on flute, Jimmy Jones on piano, Joe Benjamin on bass, and Roy Haynes, I believe, on drums. Every time I go out record digging, I look to see if there's anything on Emercy that I want, and this is one of the ones that I've been looking after. Pretty nice cover, and I really I love the music on here. Female vocals, early female vocals are, I think, my sweet spot. Just outstanding music that they put out on this label, you know, late to late 50s, maybe early 60s as well. But I believe there's a Analog Productions Acoustic Sounds reissue of this. Let me know if you guys have that copy and if it sounds really good, because I've seen it at places like Amoeba, and every time I see it, I really want to get it, but then I find other records that I bring home. So another female vocalist, and another one that I've been looking for, and found this one for a pretty good price. This is Nina Simone Sings the Blues on RCA. My copy is the Hollywood pressing. Another beautiful cover. and comes with its original inner sleeve, which is always a nice treat, as well as the Sarah Vaughan record. But anyways, Nina Simone. Been looking for Nina Simone. I think this is the only one that I have of hers, but not sure if this has gotten a reissue, like a audiophile treatment reissue. But if so, I might have to check it out. I know Acoustic Sounds has done one or maybe a few of Nina Simone, but no, I think there's like two, right? The ones on Philip, I think they've reissued, but I think those records, to find early copies, I think they're kind of hard these days. It looks scratched, but I mean, this sounds beautiful. Can't go wrong with like these vinyl records from, you know, from this time period. It just really great sounding, no matter what. I mean, you just kind of have to listen to it. Next one. This one I knew I had to get. I even asked a few folks from Jazz Bumps Discord about this pressing, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it just because I've been wanting a copy. And yeah, this is Ahmad Jamal at the Pershing. Of course, it features But Not For Me. This one is so good. I love this, how this one sounds. And I know there's an Analog Productions reissue that they did, which I think is sold out right now at the time of this recording. But I think this is its original shrink wrap. Like if I were to take this off, it still has the price sticker. So I decided to keep it because I don't think you see much of this ever, or these days. Anyways, Ahmad Jamal performed at the Pershing Lounge January 16th, 1958, so not that long ago, for, you know, how long it's been. Anyways, Ahmad Jamal on piano, Israel Crosby on bass, Vernell Fournier on drums. This is, I believe, a mono copy. Yeah, it has to be a mono copy. On the gray Argo. And another one that I had to listen to at the shop before I bought it, because just got to make sure that none of these records skip. Thankfully, none of them skip. So, yeah. Whatever you see here, either I got really, really cheap and decided to risk it for the biscuit, or I had to, I have to listen to it before I bring it home, because I've been trying to sell the records that I have skips. So anyways, Ahmad Jamal, But Not For Me at Pershing. Really, really happy to have this. The first record that I had seen at the shop, going back, I knew I had to bring this home because I've been wanting more stuff on VJ. And this is one that I think has been on my want list for 2-3 years now. Every time I see a great price, I almost always want to pull the trigger. But anyways, I found this one, Paul Chambers, First Baseman on VJ. Really nice lineup. Paul Chambers on bass, featuring Wynton Kelly on piano, Curtis Fuller on trombone, Yusuf Lateef on tenor, and I think he also does flute on here. Let's see, Lex Humphreys on drums, and Tommy Turrentine on trumpet. Let me show you guys love how these VJ have they like pasted the lineup and I think other stuff here, but really neat. I mean, the cover, not the best, but I got this one for a really good price, and there is one VJ record that's on my want list that's in my top 9. But I mean, if you want to see my top 9, go to my Instagram. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to see. Another Alice Coltrane on Impulse. This is Lord of Lords. Got this one at the shop, like the rest of the records that I've shown so far. Listen to this one. Sounds killer. I think while I was waiting for my Journey record to come, the other Alice Coltrane record, I had seen this, and I got a little scared at first because I had thought I purchased this one on eBay instead of the Journey album, but it turns out that no, that wasn't the case. So again, just wanted to listen to it to make sure there weren't any skips, and luckily there weren't any skips. So this is a lovely gatefold lineup here. I mean, there's just a ton, but yeah, a ton of just talented musicians. I'm missing a few more Alice Coltrane records. One, I just pulled the trigger and need to actually purchase that. I need to buy it, but if you look at my want list, I also have a Alice Coltrane record in my top 9 wants of 2024. But Lord of Lords, love this, love that one. My last purchase from the shop, when I went there, I didn't know this one was in their what's it called, their wall. And then when I had seen it, I was like, I gotta listen to this before I purchase it. Milestone, I know there's a reissue out there, and I've been wanting the reissue, but I was telling myself maybe I'll find an original. Surely I did. This is Harlem Bush Music, Uhuru by Gary Bartz and Troop on Milestone. I was in complete shock when I found this. Yeah, on Milestone. And I think I've been noticing more Gary Bartz. Maybe because I'm just now starting to get into Gary Bartz, but when I had seen this reissue, I only knew about well, not new, but someone had known a little bit about the musician, but never had really listened to his music. But this one is just, I really dig this one. I mean, there's vocals on here, but I dig it. Not sure if it's for everyone. But anyways, lineup here: Gary Bartz on soprano and alto saxes. Also first vocal and piano on Blue. Andy Bay on vocals. Ron Carter on bass and electric bass. Nat Bettis on percussion. Harold White on drums. Yeah. So neat. Gary Bartz. You'll see another Gary Bartz record later on in this video, but a really cheap one that I found, so it's nothing like this one. Anyways, really happy to have this. I think this might be the second Gary Bartz record that I have so far. Yeah, believe so. Now, starting with those were all the shop finds. I am now going to show the finds from my other local shop, High Fidelity. And starting off with a banger, this is Lee Morgan Charisma. Blue Note, let's see, 84312. Got this one, I think, for $30. And it sounds really good. I mean, I saw this and I knew how much the prices go on the secondary market and decided to get this one. It does have like a little scratch there, but it's fine. It doesn't, as people in the Discord have been saying, Jasmine Discord, does not affect playing. Anyways, Lee Morgan, I believe this is one that Blue Note is planning to like reissue. I'm not sure if this is coming out this year, maybe next year, but killer lineup: Lee Morgan on trumpet, Jackie McLean on alto sax, Hank Mobley on tenor sax, Paul Chambers on bass, Cedar Walton on piano, and Billy Higgins on drums. Recorded September 29th, 1966. September 29th is my birthday. So the fact that this was done was just awesome. Really happy to have this. Have seen more Lee Morgan records, but I don't know, I feel like I am missing a lot more Lee Morgan records, but I have faith that I'm going to be able to snag a few this year. So this being the first one of the year, just an awesome find. Let's see, next one. This one's $5. Sounds alright. Thinking of selling this one or trading it in. This is on Jazzland. This is Heavyweights, Sal Nistico, with Nat Adderley, Barry Harris, Sam Jones, and Walter Perkins. This is on the red label or maroon label, or the red label, I guess. Yeah, $5. I mean, you look at the record, doesn't look that bad, but then there was like a repeating skip on one of the tracks, and I was like, yeah, I'm just probably gonna sell this. I mean, for $5, not bad. Surprisingly, this particular copy kind of goes up, or is kind of all over the place, I guess, even though there's only like a few listings. But yeah, just this one was a blind buy. Had no idea what this was, but I figured maybe this was a jazz record. This is more like a jazz, maybe funk record. I'm not even sure, but this is on the Stanson Records label. This is Me and My Drums by Pat Humphrey. Oh man, I think I paid $10 for this. I was like, I'm gonna get this just because it looks like a jazz record, but I don't know. Kind of has a lot of genres in here, but it's not the best, but not the worst. But this is only one that I've listened to once so far. I'll probably get used to it once I listen to it more, but yeah, I don't even know the lineup here. Okay, I found it. Paul Humphrey on drums, clavinet, Elka bells, and ARP, A-R-P. Anthony Tony Drake on guitar, bass, Elka, ARP, tam, Wolitzer, and piano. And that's it. I think there's only two musicians on here. I gotta listen to this one again because it's kind of been a while, and I think I only listened to like one side before I went to sleep. It was late at night, and yeah, gotta revisit this one for sure. Okay, okay, so almost done here. This is the next Gary Bartz record that I found on Arista. This is Bartz by Gary Bartz for $1. Saw it in the dollar bin. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna bring it. If it sounds good, good. If it doesn't sound good, I can always trade it. On that Arista, this is like more funk, probably soul, some jazz, but I have always seen this cover, but I don't know, it looks kind of cheesy. Actually don't know when this one was out, 1980 on Arista, but yeah, I'm not sure if people are after like Gary Bartz from the 80s and 90s, probably. So I mean, I don't know. I'm still listening to the stuff that he put out. So I'm keeping this one for sure because it's only $1. And in terms of this Gary Bartz as a milestone, I much prefer the milestone. Some people might disagree, but it's okay. Another one, this time on Arista Freedom. I've been collecting a ton of Arista Freedoms. One I had to sell because there was a repeating skip. It was an Archie Shepp record that I showed online already, but anyways, this one is not Archie Shepp. This is Dave Burrell. Dave Burrell, High 1, High 2. This is a double disc 33 not for sale copy. I saw it for $10. And was it 10 or was it 8? Anyways, this is some neat free jazz on piano. I have been digging these Arista Freedom records. I didn't know this one existed, actually. But Dave Burrell, okay, so there's Dave Burrell on piano, Norris Jones on bass, Bobby Knapp on drums, Pharoah Sanders on tambourine. This was recorded February 6, 1968, but I believe this particular copy didn't come out until late 70s. Anyways, this also has another person on here, Sonny Murray on drums. Anyways, gatefold, had already shown that. Dave Burrell, I'm not really familiar with Dave Burrell. I don't think I've heard his name until recently. I think maybe there are other records of his. I'm not familiar with Dave Burrell. Gotta dig more into him, but surely once I do a little research, I'll see if he's in any records that I'm familiar with. So, another Artist of Freedom that I'm really happy to have. Now, moving forward, these next two are Blue Notes. I got this one, I think, for $5. Jimmy Smith bucket. Not in the best shape, but for $5, I knew I had to at least listen to it at the shop at high fidelity and see if there weren't any skips. I have I have a few Jimmy Smith on Blue Note, and yeah, I mean, I don't mind Jimmy Smith. I dig organ, and I like the trio format that he does in a lot of his records. But yeah, here there's only 3 cats: Jimmy Smith on organ, Quentin Warren on guitar, and Donald Bailey on drums. Anyways, the next record is another organ player, not Jimmy Smith, but it is on Blue Note. Got this one, I think, 15. I don't see people ever showing this one. This is Big John Patton, The Way I Feel, Blue Note 84174. Yeah, this is a Liberty Records reissue or pressing, and I had seen this and I was like, I gotta get this because I'm not too familiar with this record myself. I know the other Big John Patton records on Blue Note, and this one always goes over my head. But this is a really interesting lineup. Richard Williams on trumpet, Fred Jackson on tenor and baritone sax, Grant Green on guitar, John Patton on organ, Ben Dixon on drums. And yeah, all the tunes are done by John Patton. Maybe this is one that Blue Note should reissue, either as a tone poet or classic series. I'm thinking of doing a classic series video soon. I'll be on the lookout for that. But yeah, Big John Patton, really, really happy to have this. Looks rough, the jacket, but it plays really, really, really well. Okay, the last 2 records were the reason why I went to High Fidelity. I don't know why I said it like that. Anyways, this one was one of the reasons why I went. This was priced really well. Been on the lookout for Black Jazz, for the Black Jazz label. There's yet another record that's on my top 9 want. And lately I've been finding a ton of Black Jazz. except for that one record. Again, if you want to know what the record I'm talking about, the link will be in my description, and you can look at the top 9 there. But this one got for a really nice price. This is Rudolph Johnson Spring Rain on Black Jazz. This is a awesome record. Black Jazz always did I don't know what was going on with their covers, but I think all of them have the same page or whatever, or cover on each side. Anyways, this is a awesome. This is my first Black Jazz. I just realized this is my first Black Jazz record. I have already shown my first ECM. I've already shown my first ESP. I've probably shown another jazz record on a label that I've started to collect. But this one, ladies and gentlemen, is my first Black Jazz record. BJ/4. This has Rudolph Johnson on tenor, John Barnes on piano, Reggie Johnson on bass, and Ray Pounds on drums. Woo! Pretty nice wax. And I know some of these Black Jazz records have like a quadraphonic pressing, but either or, I just want to get these early or original Black Jazz records. I know who's the one that's reissuing this? I think maybe Real Gone, or someone's out there reissuing this label for an affordable price, but I'd rather go for like these original / early pressings. And last but very for sure not least, this one, I don't think I mentioned this actually. So in my last video where I found Hank Mobley's High Voltage, I always look at the wall at Amoeba, and especially the jazz wall, and there was a record up there, and I think it may have been the same seller that sold his Blue Note records away. Anyways, there was a Hank Mobley record on the wall, and it was priced at $200, and I was like, I don't think I would ever get that record, because I had noticed the price of it. But fast forward to whenever High Fidelity dropped the Jazz Drop, did their new arrivals for Jazz Edition, I guess, and I'd seen this record, same one that was on the wall, but maybe a different copy, you know. This is another Hank Mobley record, BLP 4209. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Hank Mobley Dippin'. Mono copy of Dippin'. And an absolutely killer record and lineup, as always. Lee Morgan on trumpet, Hank Mobley on tenor sax, Harold Mabry Jr. on piano, Larry Ridley on bass, and Billy Higgins on drums. Super happy to have this one. My luck has just been through the roof so far, and it's only January of 2024, so really, really happy to start off the year with some banging Blue Note titles, some of my first, you know, jazz or jazz records on particular labels that I'm looking for, like ESP, ECM, Black Jazz, etc. And yeah, I have hopefully my luck doesn't run out halfway through the year, but Van Gelder stamped. This record is like just a monster, and of course this is the one to end it off, you know. So yeah, if you stuck this far, thank you so much. As always, truly appreciate for each and every one of you that sticks around and watches my videos. And just love the support from everyone who's been liking the video, if you've been sharing this video. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I always appreciate it. Even if I don't know that you've been sharing it, trust me, I want to know everyone who's been sharing it. But sometimes I just either miss out or have no idea who's been, how my videos have been noticed. But anyways, thank you guys so much. More jazz records coming to you soon. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care.